Welcome students. I am Mr. Simanchal Panda going to start the class for emulsion. So there are different type of dosage form as it is known to everyone, that is liquid, solid, semi-solid, and except that there are different phase dosage forms are there like aerosols. So among those liquid dosage form there is a monophagic liquid dosage form and biphagic liquid dosage form. Monophagic liquid dosage forms are those in which there are two different phases. When they are added together, will make a homogeneous phase in which we cannot find out two different phases in identity. So the biphagic liquid dosage form, generally these are having the two different phases. One is the liquid, another may liquid or that may be solid. If two immiscible liquids are present, then those are that is the emulsion biphagic liquid dosage form. If one phase is liquid, another one is the solid, that is the suspension. So the liquid dosage form, the monophagic liquid dosage form may be the elixir, that may be solution. There are different type of formulations are present, but in case of biphagic liquid dosage form, we will start from the emulsion. So emulsion is a biphagic liquid dosage form in which two immiscible liquids are made miscible by third agent is known as the emulsifying agent. Depending upon uh, depending upon its dispersed phase and dispersion phase, it is of two type, that is the oil in water and water in oil. If those are found in natural form, then that is known as natural emulsion. So there are two different phases are there. One is the external phase or dispersion phase. Second one is the internal phase or dispersed phase. So in water in oil type of emulsion, water is dispersed and oil is the external phase. For case of oil in water type of emulsion, that is oil in water and the vice versa. That means in oil in water, oil will present inside, that is the dispersed phase, and water will present as the continuous phase. So for making them emulsification, because we know that surface tension play an important role. If the surface tension is less, the solubility or the miscibility or the solubility property will increase. So if you have to make the two phases either together, we have to reduce the surface tension, and the surface tension can be reduced by a particular agent is known as the emulsifying agent. So emulsifying agent, what is emulsifying agent? That reduce the surface tension, and that may be the chemical or that may be natural. So the chemical emulsifying agents, those are the hydrophilic head and the lipophilic tail. They are having the two unit. One is the polar head and another one is the that is the lipophilic tail. A long chain polymers are present. So the polar end will remain and the hydrocarbon will remain as lipophilic tail. So that it can detain the two immiscible phase together, that is in the polar end it will attach to the water, and non-polar tail it will attach uh, to the liquid, that is the oil phases. So emulsifying agent work as surfactant which reduce the surface tension between the two immiscible phases. Few examples are tragacanth, gum acacia, etc. So HLB is the ratio. HLB also play an important role. It is the scale which will determine the substance saponific, that whether the substance is hydrophilic in nature or lipophilic in nature. It ranges from 0 to 18. So if those are below 10 or below 9, we can see that these are having the lipophilic in nature. If they are increasing their number, then that is those are generally hydrophilic in nature. So basing upon that, there are different characteristic substance can be found from the HLB scale, that is known as the hydrophilic lipophilic balance. So from that we can see which are having the high hydrophilic in nature, like the solubilizing agents, those can be found in the higher range nearby the 18. If those are having the detergent characteristics, that can be found from 14 to 16. The substance which are generally oil in water type of emulsion, then those can found from the range of 8 to 15. Then wetting agent or the spreading agent, they are having their that number HLB number from 7 to 9. Water and oil emulsion agent, that may be from 3 to 9, 3 to 8. So most antiforming agents are the lipophilic in nature, so they will remain from they are having very low scale range, that may be from 1 to 3. This scale have optimum efficiency for each class of surfactant as seen in the figure. In colloidal and surface chemistry, the critical micellar concentration is very important. That means there are some charged particles are there and there are some non-charged particles are there. Whenever a substance are added to a solution, we can see that there is some hydrophilic head and the lipophilic tails are present. And whenever we are using in less number, the hydrophilic head will orientate toward the polar, and the non-hydrophilic substance will move toward the non-polar end. So they, whenever these are getting in contact with water, they will orientate to the surface and they will occupy the space. For example, if we are having the bench and it is having the strength of 5 students to sit down, so if one student will come, it can occupy the space wherever it will find empty, so no problem for that person. And whenever the other two people will come, then there is 3 students, the strength is 5, so they have to adjust, and they can adjust somewhere in between the bench because the surface area they are also having sufficient to adjust themselves. But if the capacity is 5 and the 5 students are coming, then they will adjust in that area and they cannot change their position. So if there will be some excess amount of excess student will come, if the strength is 5 and 6 student will come, then they will not find the space to sit down on the space. So similarly, if we are adding one emulsifying agent, that is the polar head and the non-polar tail will orientate themselves in the same surface. Whatever they are having the surface at the same, if you are adding, they will occupy the space. If you will add somewhat more, they will come down and they will make some that aggregation. The aggregation is nothing but the spherical area in which the polar end will orient toward the polar and non-polar tail will orient toward the non-polar, and they will make a structure. And the point at which this micellar will start to form, that is the spherical arrangement of this detergent or this surface active agent will be formed, is known as critical micellar concentration, because beyond that point the solubility generally decreases. So in a colloidal and surface chemistry, the critical micellar concentration is defined as the concentration of surfactant above which micelle is formed, and all additional surfactants added to the system will form micelles, and this CMC is an important characteristics of surfactant. Among different types of formulation of liquid dosage form, emulsion is biphasic liquid dosage form in which both phases are immiscible liquids. The emulsion which is used for pharmaceutical preparation is known as pharmaceutical emulsion. Ideal characteristic of emulsion is that it must be stable, it must be uniform in color, it must have good taste, it should not undergo cracking and creaming, it must have Temming phase inversion at change in temperature, it should not produce any type of incompatibility. So preparation of emulsion, there is two methods. One is known as the wet gum method, second one is known as the dry gum method. The dry gum or the continental method requires that you place the acacia in a dry mortar and add the oil. So it is the dry gum method, as we are taking the oil in and this is not getting wet. In the wet gum method, it is also known as the English method, in which it will require that to make the mucilage with the acacia and the water. So defect of emulsion, there are 4 different type of defects are there. One is the cracking, creaming, phase inversion and post-wall ripening. So we can see here the cracking, when two phases get separated due to asymmetric ratio of formulation or during separation due to change in temperature or chemical change. Creaming, due to change in temperature, oil globules come close to each other and form different layers, two phase separated. Heavy droplet move according to gravitational force, name the defect as creaming. Phase inversion, when one phase inverts to another, it is known as the phase inversion. That is, the oil in water will convert into the oil in that water in oil will convert into the oil in water, or vice versa. Post-wall ripening, that means after long time storage of the emulsion, there is aggregation of small there will be formation of small crystals will form. They will come aggregate together, the colonies, and they will form the crystals, and this is one known as the post-wall ripening. So there are different quality control tests are involved in the emulsion, that is a dye test, fluorescence test, a conductivity test. Dye test means we have to just add the color, and from that color we can identify if that is soluble in the polar, then we can see that the outer side will get the gain the color, and it will be known as the outside it is having the water. So if it will not get the color, the continuous phase will not get the color, then the continuous phase is the oil phase. So from that we can identify whether they are dye test. These are this is oil in water or water in oil type of suspension. Then solution, that is the emulsion. So next one is fluorescence test. In that there is what oil soluble dye is used, and those if those are applied some light under the microscope, that will start to glitter. If the droplet will start to glow, then that is known as a fluorescent test. The conductivity test, it is the type of test. Two electrodes are dipped into emulsion and bulb is used. Whenever the electricity will pass, it will start to glow. So this was the chapter of emulsion. We will come with a new chapter in the next class. Thank you.